Utmanar redo.
Är det här som är gaming? Eller har jag fått det fel?
Alright.
Är det här ditt gibbas?
Är
Well-
det här som...
Käften! Ska börja nu! Welcome back to the Untitled YuGiOh Podcast, episode 5. It's been 5 million years since the last one. But due to a sudden uptick in views on my worst videos, I feel like I need to capitalize on my sudden growth spurt in subscriber amount. And therefore, we are now making another podcast episode. Great, as always.
Let's fucking go!
Anticipated rise to fame.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so we are now on the track to becoming YouTube famous. And the people who are gonna become YouTube famous is of course me, Edwin, your host, together with my 3 other friends. So let's start with Oscar, and then we can just clear it.
Yes, hi Oscar.
Yeah, his name is Oscar. There's not much more to say. And Luda.
You already know. From
You
the
already
previous
know,
episodes.
the prodigy.
The king, the prodigy.
You already know.
And then we have
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
we have Ole Bing Bong, new member, old fan, new member of the podcast. All around stand-up guy. Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah, the Undertaker, you know, absolute.
The Undertaker.
All right,
Jörgen Undertaker.
the absolute.
Olle
madman.
out here lurking at locals.
Yep.
The Industrial Revolution.
He just sits there and then fucking like body slams you in the middle of a round, proceeds to win the game.
And what you gonna do about it, huh?
3 points. What do you mean top cut?
Wait, hold up. Olle is actually the champion of Cornelis Open 1.
It's true. He is. Who the fuck is the champion of Cornelis Open 2? Who won?
Rasmus.
Rasmus Bard. Yeah, Ola, how does it feel having won the most prestigious event in the entirety of the Swedish YuGiOh history?
I feel like all my accomplishments are slowly receding, like returning, and I'm going back to a fucking incel gamer. I love it.
Ah, there you go.
Oh, jeez, man.
Yeah,
I
okay.
got the award, fucking loser of the year. Let's fucking go.
You got Knamp. What did it say?
That's
Yeah. He misspelled
Stockholm
champ.
camp.
He won the annual YuGiOh Camp Stockholm.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Basically.
It's summer camp for all the people who need to learn how to do
It's summer
combos.
camp for man babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly similar to Hitlerjugend, I would say.
Ooh.
We even get the celebratory daggers, but instead of daggers, it's sleeves. Yeah.
I love when I buy sleeves.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's why you wash them instead. Low-key, like, the 3 videos that have gotten more views recently, you know, it's the fucking stupid goat format video. That's at like 98,000 views or something right now.
So relatable. So
The
relatable.
The one with the avatar of the pot. Or,
It's like, oh, flip a board, wow, so funny.
Yeah.
And then it's the fucking one where I like, you should never shotgun an ass blossom because then I do mermaid combo on your ass. That one has 20,000 views. But my sleeve cleaning video
Famous.
is sitting on like 2,000 views now. So that's great.
I
The
mean,
sleeve cleaning video is my absolute
gotta make
best
it do
one.
sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
That video has both Mythbusters energy and Jackass energy at the same time.
It does.
Really
It's
What video?
the one where I
you
clean
clean your
sleeves.
sleeves.
Oh yeah, that's
Hello, my name is Edwin, and welcome back to Jackass.
a modern masterpiece. Truly.
Yeah, it is my magnum opus. But I say that about every video I make, literally. Like, every time I make a video, I sit there and go, this is my best work yet. And then I realized,
It's my best video. It's gonna
My
go viral.
Swedish candy review, the true masterpiece.
what?
Part 2 of my Windows 98 the PC build.
Yeah.
This is the best thing I will ever make in my entire life.
Low-key, I was gonna make a part 3, and I was filming it, but then the, the 20-year-old graphics card I bought for the video, it broke. It came broken. I spent
man.
800 crowns on that thing, and it came fucking broken. So I wrote to the person who sold it as working to me, and I was like, what the fuck, this is not working. And they were like, oh, okay, well, I mean, I can fix it for you. Because those graphics cards are just, like, so simple. Like, they're so basic that anyone can basically like fix them if they need to, just like resolder them. But I got reimbursed by Schenker because they were the ones who broke it, apparently in shipping. But that was fucked. So there was going to be a part 3 that has now been delayed indefinitely until I can fix that graphics card or get a new one. Jesus.
Soon, a trademark. Soon.
Soon, yeah. I was scrolling Twitter today. Speaking of graphics card, I saw Rafael Neven was like building a new PC. Like he tweeted, we got like the max, like RTX 3080, like a graphics card, like 10,000, like or like €1,000 graphics card, and they were like, "Oh, what you gonna play? Duel Links."
Yeah. Going hard for the fucking remote duel YCS, dude.
Professional YuGiOh panel.
Going hard.
Speaking of Rafael Neven, he scammed me on Card Market recently.
Wait, what?
What a chad.
I was buying this Emptiness for my retro deck, and he listed it as an English first edition secret rare. But I used Shopping Wizard, so when I got the card, I just checked. Wait, this is in English. It's in Japanese and it's collector rare. What the fuck? So I checked my Card Market and I see Rafael Neven, the guy who sent it, had a small text box saying Japanese edition. Sorry. But
That's the only way to
Wizard
sell Japanese cards on Card Market, unfortunately.
Can't you list them for Japanese? Because when I started filtering for cards,
You
I
can't
mean,
do
you can sell magic cards like that.
But
I think.
if nothing else, this is a call out post. So Rafael Neven, get on the fucking podcast.
Yeah,
You and Olle
Rafael,
gotta duke this
over
out.
here, you scammed me.
Yeah.
Rafael, will you really let him talk like this?
Yeah, we really gotta let him do this. This is, we need him on here so he can defend himself.
After playing Luna Lights, I think he's gonna let anyone do anything.
Yeah, bro.
Come on. Ooh.
Absolutely. Fucking hell.
Someone the Luna Light Tayo.
Bro. Jesus Christ. Yeah, speaking of fucking Duel Links, what do you think about fucking Master Duel? Like,
I think it's gonna be really weird. It's simply the charm with dueling book is like the simplicity. I think Master Duel is gonna be super easy. You're gonna have like a grind game will take 2 hours.
yeah.
Imagine
I mean-
imagine playing like an actual grind game and then like every time you want to activate the Solemn Strike you have to wait for like a 2-minute cutscene.
Yeah.
That's retarded.
It would be
I
like
mean,
the
I think
bowling
it's
alley
gonna
when
be
you get a
any
strike, it's
platform
gonna be...
everyone-
I really like the fact that the dueling book is not automated. It's just
Yeah.
it's just like playing a regular duel.
Yeah.
Imagine like resolving a solemn like pink and then you get like the nice cock and then some fucking Wii Sports shit's coming.
Yeah. I think all the Edo Pro gamers are just gonna hop to that instead.
All the
EDO Pro gamers, like the
oh yeah.
I think
I
it's
think
like their thing.
I think Master Duel will be like I think what's gonna make it very attractive if they incorporate like online regionals.
Yeah.
Or like a tournament modes, or like you can play like in a actual like competitive online sanctioned environment. Like imagine
do
getting
that
your
online.
imagine getting your Euros invite from the fucking playing that. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But then it's like
I think Magic does that with Magic Arena.
Oh, really? They do?
Yeah.
What's the access to cards like in Magic Arena? I have no clue how it works. Because I know
it's
I'm
like-
like...
Similar to Hearthstone, I suppose.
Okay.
No, like oh my
Was
God,
it like
everyone,
Pokemon?
Everyone plays this. So when you pull your 5th copy of insert card from a pack,
Yeah.
you get a wild card instead, and then you can exchange wild cards for cards that you
Oh,
don't
okay.
have.
Alright.
It's like this one card costs 20 wild cards.
Okay. Is it like... Does it cost money to play, or is it all like...
You can pay if you want to. But it's
Yeah. Because
it's
like...
free to play if you want.
The thing with Duel Links, like, it's insane how much money they fucking make off of that game. Like, I
Yeah.
think I've spoken about this before, but the statistics, if you look at them, they are the most, like, they're the highest grossing, like, online card game at the moment, out of all the traded card games. Hearthstone is second. They make 3 times the amount of money that Hearthstone does. Like, it's not
That's
even close.
insane.
Yeah. Because it costs, like, $1 billion. You like, need to be a Saudi Arabian prince to, like, be able to afford Blackwings. Like, you know... Yeah.
Oh yeah.
E-Man Game dumps the entire unit like win 1 KC Cup.
There you go. Fuck.
You're gonna get this
That's
too.
funny.
Yeah. No, I think the thing with like Duel Links is I played Triamids when that was meta, and I like got lucky with my packs. So the pools were you know they were valid, right? They were on point. There were devious leaks, but then like even then, Like if you're gonna, I think what was the one? Like if you played what's it called? Invoked. If you played Invoked, you need like a bunch of super rares, couple ultra rares. Like it's not crazy that it goes up to these crazy amounts. When like a box costs what, like 300 euros? It's like something like
300 euros?
Yeah, I think it's almost something like that. Like it's an insane amount of money to be able to buy an entire box. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
what's a
can't
box?
buy
That's
the cards separately there.
40
either,
packs?
right?
No, 200 packs in a box.
Okay.
Oh.
So.
Oh wait, okay, wait. So 300 euros with 200.
Yeah,
packs
but you can only get one ultra rare out of one of every ultra rare.
in a box.
Yeah, so if you need 3 of an ultra rare to like play, for example, then you need to reset the box or complete the box 3
What
times.
The true Konami Japanese mafia.
Yeah,
motifs.
absolutely.
And
The Al Capone.
can
of
you,
fucking...
Can you craft cards?
No, not in
No.
Duel Links. Or well, you
can't.
can, but only shitty ones. Like,
Yeah.
oh, like you can
It-
get.
It's basically just a fucking money-making machine.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
it's fucking Maria.com.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
fucking,
only-
it's fucking
funny.
Casinostugan.
Yeah, I'm like actually surprised that we don't get like casino commercials for Duel Links. Like it would
Yeah.
actually make so much sense. Imagine how fucking much moolah they make on that shit.
How much moolah.
Yeah, shit, that's never gonna go away.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
that's
like-
like, yeah.
I think it's good though. They can fund the actual TCG with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
like,
mean, it's a money-making scheme for them to actually keep on printing cards. I think because most of the time, I mean, they do make a profit, but if
Yeah,
their
definitely.
argument saying like, "Oh, ghost rares are expensive, so we stopped printing them in main sets,"
yeah,
like if that's their argument, they can start printing stuff like that again, which they have.
Yeah. That's something Toffland said. Like the profit margins on cardboard is pretty good. Like,
yeah, like
imagine
it's
the
insane.
production cost for like a case of any core set is like
Yeah, well, I mean,
minimum.
Yeah,
as we talked about previously, like one of the most profitable things ever was like baseball cards, and they usually give those away in chewing gum packages.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like literally, that's the thing. Like, it's not weird that we had so many like shit. Like everything had a TCG back in like the mid 2000s, early 2000s. Not because they needed to sell particularly well, because like even if only a couple, like 100 people or 1,000 people bought it, like the Harry Potter TCG or like whatever, like they'd still make a shit ton of money just because it costs nothing to make. It's cheap as chips.
Oops.
And that's like
Go
why
down
I
to the
think-
chippy.
Go head down to the chippy, get a booster box. There you go.
It's just a crumb.
Can I get a crumb secret rare, please? Just a crumb of a case.
Down the bed for the fucking max rarity deck.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
True.
Simping out for the fucking
Like fucking
creative.
ultimate rares, neuron activated. What can I say?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that recently. Like, shiny cardboard is cool and all, but you know what else is cool?
No.
Eating out. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking restaurants, right? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fucking
yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Family
no,
friendly.
like, because I like that's I guess that's a fair trade-off. Like, either you buy the deck for 5 times the price, and then you're at the event like, no, sorry, can we go to McDonald's?
Yeah. It's fucking
Or you
crazy.
just go there with gold rares and like you'll do exactly the same. Like you'll do exactly as well in the event, and then you can go to a restaurant afterwards instead of
That's true.
in McDonald's.
Exactly, yeah. I guess that depends where the fucking, like, where the event is, because if it's in, like, bumfuck nowhere, Eastern Europe, you could, like, buy anything and still have money to eat food.
Well, I mean, sure, but like,
But I get what you're saying. I think that's the thing. Bling has always been like the idiotic economic thing to do. Like it's always stupid to go for the rarest versions. Because
Cards?
cards.
Albin
Because
Kristiansson would like to.
you can like flip. Yeah, you can flip them, sure. But like straight up, it's just smarter to buy the commons and fucking eat the cost.
No, I
For
think
playing-
I think it's the reverse. I think like the max rate is always the best investment.
No,
It will
I
always
don't
keep the
think so.
value. It
Yeah,
will always
you can-
keep value
Yeah,
way
always
better.
keep value. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I also think you're at a higher. I think you're at a higher risk of actually having to eat the fucking cost. Because if you get shot on
What do you
by
mean
a ban
it
list,
costs?
so if you get shot on by the ban list, for example, or something, like if
sure,
the deck, if the cards are rendered, unusable, if you've invested very little money into them, you don't. I think it's buying the bling cards for investment is maybe like that's kind of reasonable. Like I guess it's still high reward, high risk, right? But just buying them because they look good that's dumb.
I think 2/3 of all cards are like super low risk to buy max bling. Like buying anything that's not like a part of a insane archetype or like a broken card you should buy max bling. Infinite Impermanence is like worth as much now as it was on release, the original print.
Yeah.
If not more.
That's
same with Ash Blossom, same with like all those cards.
I recently sold my Ash Blossoms in Secret for like €230 for all three. And
like,
that's less what I got them for.
Yeah, like it might not be the best decision to buy fucking OTS Ultimate or costs during that format.
That depends on what you do with them. If you're not planning on selling the deck, you might as well buy the commons.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
to make a profit, you gotta sell. That's like because so many like Yu-Gi-Oh players I feel like are like theoretical traders. Or theoretical investors. They're like, I make so much money of this. Yeah, but you're never gonna sell it. You're just gonna keep it in your binder.
Yeah, obviously. But the thing is that like you're never gonna make a profit if you buy the reprint staple. You're guaranteed to lose money if you buy the reprint.
Speaking of eating out, I think the ultimate move is just to eat your opponent's cards. I've said this before, but it's like the absolute best move you can possibly make in a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. What are they gonna do?
What are they gonna do? Call Judge?
Yeah.
He ate my card. What are you gonna do? Check my stomach? Wait 8 hours till I shit? Come on.
Mr. Judge, do I really look like I just ate my opponent's access code talker?
Sir, you got crumbs of link material on your cheek. Like, no, that's
monsters.
Just a crumb of secret rare.
No, seriously, I just think the bigger mouth you have, the better you're gonna do at an event if you're just brave enough.
Would that make an XYZ monster a sandwich? Or is that just me?
Moving on.
Yeah, let's talk eating out. Let's talk fucking restaurants, man.
Does that make a U-Link board a buffet?
That's a smorgasbord. Yeah, it's a smorgasbord of monsters, and you can't have any. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Staring down a U-Link.
Well, speaking of restaurants, because you said so, fucking Five Guys in Utrecht. That place is insane.
Bro, I gotta eat burgers, man. Burgers are crazy.
No.
I mean, burgers are kind of.
Molding.
Buying a burger is always just like, this is a burger.
Yeah,
it is a burger.
It's never an insane experience. I feel like.
I think the thing that makes Five Guys for me like good is that it's always after YCS. After sitting there for fucking 12 hours straight, fucking torturing yourself by playing card games.
You got a billion fries.
You got a billion trillion fries and a burger.
The double mega, double patties, juicy, drippy stank, from the fucking oozing out the burger. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of restaurants, though,
the cardiac arrest express.
Yeah.
I was in Stockholm yesterday to hang out with a couple of friends, and we ate at this place called Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Okay. And it was insane.
Yeah, I've heard that it's good.
Is it good?
It was really, really good.
Apparently so.
Jesus Christ. Vietnam. That reminds me of a place like during the highway when I go back to Jönköping. There's this place by the highway called Italian. Italian. Yeah. Amazing. They serve apparently Italian food and Chinese food.
And they serve allegedly.
Allegedly. That's a big allegedly. Because I feel like whenever you have more than two cuisines at one spot, and it's not like super obvious that it's some sort of like fusion food, then you're just in for a bad time most of the time. It's gonna be highly mediocre.
Do they serve pizza with like Chinese cuisine toppings? Or have you never been there?
No. I've never been. I just see it, and I get curious every time because I truly wonder what it is. But it seems to me like it's a place that both serves. Like you can either get like a pizza, pasta, pesto, whatever, or like a fucking pad thai.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Yeah.
I don't think
the pad thai pizza.
The pad
Yeah.
thai pizza.
Pad Thai pizza.
Speaking of pad thai though, like we looked around, we knew we were gonna want to eat something Asian.
Yeah.
Because half of the people like either work at burger places or have eaten burgers for like the last month exclusively. So we went to one place, like we went to one website and checked the menu.
Yep.
And like, do you know how fucking expensive giant shrimp are?
Yeah, scampi.
Yeah, like
Oh, yeah.
it's so insane.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you can get this pad thai. You can get it with chicken or tofu for one price, for 10 extra crowns or €1 extra. You can get beef instead, or for €3 on top of that, you can get shrimp.
Wow, that sounds like a
Yeah.
lot more. Usually it's not that much, right?
No, it's like
In
30 to 40
Stockholm,
crowns on top of chicken.
Damn.
And it doesn't taste like shrimp. It doesn't taste like anything.
Not the giant
Yeah.
shrimp, at least.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, like the
Scampi
small.
is still tasteless.
Yeah.
in Stockholm, like everything is, it's possible to make everything cost a lot because
Mhm.
people will be like, I guess I buy.
Yeah.
All those hipsters living on Southern
Yeah,
Mall.
exactly.
is
Like,
gonna
yeah,
go like,
and we were on Östermalm as well, so
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
not the cheapest.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
Vietnam is like I don't know. It's not really fast food.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. It's not fast food, but you know.
I went to a fucking Thai place, like hole in the wall today. Like really, like the inside looked not very nice. You know, the walls and everything kinda looked not great. Food was amazing. I paid like 105 for like a stir fry with like garlic and ginger and stuff, and then with rice, and that was like pretty good, really nice. However, you could like just for add like €2. You could get duck instead. That's really cheap for duck. Because it feels like it would be like 130, 125 for like the meal with duck instead. But like just like a duck breast feels like it costs that much. Like duck is
That's
insanely
true.
expensive,
Yeah,
but really
duck is
good.
really expensive.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's super fucking good. Duck is like, oof, that's amazing. It's good stuff.
I don't know, like duck is all right. I feel like most food is not insane. I don't know.
Most food is not to say. I think most food in general is probably, pretty good. Hopefully.
It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
But
I mean,
but
it
duck is
must
like,
be good, right?
yeah, that's the thing. But like duck is just one of those meats that's just like good without anything added to it. Like you don't need to do much to a duck to make it taste good, and it tastes like 1,000,000 times better than chicken. So I don't know, man.
Say that.
Yeah.
Chicken is so good.
Yeah.
Bro, what the hell, man? Yeah, it's weird though. Chicken is in my experience, chicken is just the cheapest thing. Like if you're gonna buy a meat, chicken is el cheapo variant.
Yes.
I mean, it's so easy to like farm, so
I guess.
makes sense.
It's like super low production cost.
Yeah.
And you get eggs as well, so it's just a 2-in-1 deal.
Yeah.
I mean, meat industry, you don't get eggs and the chicken meat from the same.
Well, I mean, it depends on what kind of fucking meat industry. If it's the cheapest meat you'll find now, then those chickens are just being tortured for life.
You have to basically buy like super like homegrown ecological eggs and chicken to get like from the same place. Eggs and chicken.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a fucking like when I was growing up, we had like an egg farmer near my place, right, in like one of the barns, and you could go to his place and just like get eggs, like whenever.
Yeah.
And then someone one day, like I think it was 2010, they just took the bike there, and like said, "Oh, he's not here. Where is he?" Or like they knocked on the door, it doesn't open. It usually opens, so they walked inside. He was just fucking dead on the floor, man.
What?
Yeah, he had a fucking. He was just about to harvest the eggs, and I think he had a heart attack, and he was just.
Oh fuck!
No, he was not.
At least he didn't shoot
Gone.
himself.
Yeah, do you think that's a big risk for egg farmers or like chicken farmers?
Well, I mean,
If you were a chicken farmer-
it sounded from your story like the guy went over there like knock knock. Oh, no one's home. Open the door, and the guy just killed himself on the floor.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think he hated chickens enough to do that. He probably preferred duck though, but like, yeah, I don't think it was that big of a deal. Absolutely
I
not.
fucking hate
Did you-
chickens.
Could you buy a duck, like, to keep as a pet? Probably, right?
Liberals
Yeah,
want to tell you that you can't have the ducks in the park, but you can actually have as many as you want. So I think, just honestly, what the fuck are people gonna do if you just grab a duck? Like, I've been saying this my entire, like, all my years. If you put on a fucking...
My entire life.
This is the heist of the century. If you just wear, like, fucking, you know, workers' pants and, like, a reflex vest, and you carry around either, like, a hammer, or, like, a big, like, lamp or something, and have a hard hat on, or, like, a ladder, you can get in anywhere and do anything. So if, like, two people just go to the park, start bringing the ducks into, like, a van... Nobody's gonna question anything. Like, what are people gonna do? You can just have them. I think they're free.
You.
Yeah.
I think fucking geese are feisty as hell, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want
shit
to.
about other guys.
If you we have like 1,000 mallards here in Uppsala. If you just go and grab 2 of them, no one will notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like,
Now the question is, what the fuck are you gonna do with them? Because you don't want to eat them. They've been eating garbage.
You can put
82.
You put them in the bathtub and have them as pets.
Peter, hello.
Domesticate them.
My friend I grew up with, his dad brought chickens home from another country once and just put them, like, in the bathtub and covered it with, like, chicken net and chicken wire. Yeah, and then they escaped in the middle of the night, and we were having a LAN party, so we had to go chase chickens in their, like, house. It was insane.
Like, how big were they at the time? Did any one of you just accidentally step on a chicken?
No, they were big enough. You could call them a hen probably, but I'm not sure if they were male or female. Like, they were probably, like, you know, they were average chicken size, I would say. So yeah, his dad was very protective.
You say that like we would know what an average chicken size
Okay,
is.
but imagine a chicken. How big are they?
Imagine.
They're not like They're not
like this.
Yeah,
Not like this, I think.
maybe. I mean, they're not like 50. They're not 15 feet tall. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You were expecting some fucking mega chicken.
Liberals
Would you rather
make
fight
believe
one
that
one
chickens are
horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Birds aren't real, don't at me.
Government drones. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Is that one newer or older than the classic old Swedish internet meme that horses aren't real, they're actually fruit?
That one
I think it's
newer.
older.
I think that one is newer, actually.
Because the
Birds aren't real from
government
like
drones,
70s.
like, it could be
exactly.
really old or really,
Yeah.
really recent. I have no clue.
Yeah, we had a horse girl in my class when that was a thing. And we would, like, go up to her and say, hey, horses are fruits. And she would just fucking flip the fuck out. She's like, no, there's no way!
No!
You're wrong!
No!
There's no fucking way! There's no way! Ah!
Liberals will make you think that Finland exists.
That.
Finland exists.
Finland? Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard that
Finland
meme, right?
is
With the
Finland?
statistical error probability of the UN
Yeah.
is 1% officially. And so Finland is about 1% of the world's population.
So
So
technically,
Finland might not actually exist. That's the joke. Yeah.
that's something to ponder.
It's a funny.
Yeah. So honestly, I don't even think
Curious.
Jungman actually went to Finland.
That's true.
Yeah, my theory.
Finnish
He never came second at Finnish Nats.
No, he
because
never
there is
came
that.
second at Finnish Nats. There aren't any Finnish Nats. Yeah, I just think I think that the Finlands ferry just like turns around. The cruise from Stockholm to Finland just
There
turns
is
around
nothing
halfway.
beyond all.
Where do you stop? Like, cause it stops. Allegedly, it stops in
Åbo.
Helsinki.
Yeah, Helsinki. Yeah. Helsinki is a ploy.
Helsinki.
No,
It's
beyond,
wrong.
It's a ploy. Yeah.
beyond Åland, it's just open ocean. It's like
Yep.
Exactly.
Åland is just the ski.
Yeah. So Russia
All of this
does
is-
Russia have a coast then?
They
Like,
do.
how does
They
work?
have a coast right now.
Yes, Saint
Saint
Oh
Petersburg.
well, like coast towards the.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Probably.
I would assume so.
Yes.
Yes.
That would
St.
be cool.
Oh, so
Petersburg.
that's how the Russian submarines got here. Get it.
True.
They went straight through what is called the Finnish mainlands, as the liberals would have you believe. You know?
Yeah.
Finska fastlandet, det är nytt.
Though, speaking of conspiracy theories, like, have you the best fucking? I think I figured it out. The best way to ever confront someone who's like into conspiracy theories is not to tell them that they're wrong in that it's impossible what they're saying. It's to one-up them with an even more insane theory. It's like they say, "Oh, the moon landing was fake." You say, "Yeah, you still believe in the moon? Yeah, fucking dumbass."
Yeah.
Yeah, JFK was killed by the FBI. Yeah, you think JFK actually existed, Lamau?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's the best way to handle it. Yeah, absolutely. There's no. So free. It's so free. Yeah.
It's so free.
Yeah.
The Earth is actually
Real
flat.
estate.
Do you really think that the Earth exists? You live in a simulation.
Wow, you think there is something as
It's reality. Retard.
you think there's such a thing as flat? Like damn.
Ludde,
Ja.
are you playing hat on your screen? I'm looking in the reflection.
No, I'm not. I'm doing random light combos. I gotta figure this out.
Oh my god.
And if talking about that, I'm a fucking fucking
This is-
2014 is such a shit format to revisit. It's actually garbage. Because it's
But
like
why?
there's no point in it. Why would you?
What do you
It's
mean? Why would you revisit any format?
Because the
Yeah.
other formats are actually interactive and have something to them. And every deck is on a similar power level in older formats. Beyond 2013, I don't think there's any format worth revisiting.
But
I mean,
Because deck building becomes too important. Technical play takes a backseat to deck building, and there's no reason to revisit and play
I
for
don't
fun
think
when
that.
deck building is like the key. There's no reason I believe the only two playable decks is Sylvan and Infernities. They stomp every other deck.
True.
There's
But
no
they-
reason to play that format unless you say we're gonna play hat mirrors.
yeah, but what?
Yeah, but
like
if you-
literally,
if you're
what
gonna
deck do
bring
you
up
think
the fact
Ole
that
plays?
those
He plays
decks-
Sylvans. Like, what do you?
He has all of them. That's
Yeah,
the
there
thing.
you go.
That is like I'm gonna pick the Sylvan deck, and you can have the other decks.
yeah. I
You
mean,
can have
I
it
think
with
the
macro
format's
deck,
actually-
and I will have a big tree.
I mean, when looking at like top card representation, it's usually just Girgia and
Well, I mean,
well,
I
Yeah,
don't
because
think-
they were
I don't think a single
retarded.
I don't think a single
Yeah, they're
Yu-Gi-Oh
monkey
format before like 2015 actually became solved ever.
yeah.
Probably not. That's the thing, though. Like, if we played Nat's format again from 2014, no one would play like all these like Fire Fist decks. Like, why the fuck would you?
Fire Fist Kwaikimiru.
Yeah.
Because it's broken.
Oh yeah. Wow. No, he's like
Wow.
Ole's on a fucking crusade to get me to play mermaids in hat format. And I said, if you get
true.
25 like signatures, like if you do a petition, you get 25 people to say Edwin should play mermaids in hat format, then then I'm gonna do it. So far,
Right,
nothing has
everyone-
happened.
Comment on this video. Edwin should play Mermaid in hat format. 25 signatures, easy money.
Oh, you believe there's such a thing as hat
I
format?
don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
you
I
fucking
think
do.
just like legacy formats in
Hat
general is
format
just
exists.
different people are
hat format
are
was
nostalgic
never-
for different formats, and that's
Yeah.
the only reason why we have legacy formats at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Like, I
just
started
nostalgia.
playing during hat.
Because
Well,
older
like-
formats are actually like skill intense in like
Well, I
every
mean, wouldn't you
matchup.
say like if we take a word for the fact that in hat format the only two playable decks are Infernity and Sylvans, wouldn't you say that's kind of skillful because those decks are really skill intensive? In my
No, because both players would make triple Maxi, triple Vanities, and it would be a shit fest.
opinion. Yeah, true.
Both deck.
But that's the
Syl-
thing. Because they
There's no-
don't.
But that's
Both
the
they
issue. When you
don't-
revisit a format, you reinvent it.
Yep.
Like if
Like,
everyone
none of the decks we currently play in from
Edison.
from Edison
Yeah.
format is a deck that top that event.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
I
all
have
like,
the
oh,
gadget deck, but it doesn't look anything like
yeah, same with the
the gadget
planting.
came
Like,
second.
like that's if we were,
Fucking
yeah,
speaking of which, Luda, I think I actually have the sounds this time. The
The new
Edison good
technology.
stuff too. It's just
Yeah,
it's
you
just
finally have the new
remove
technology.
every single trap card from the Monarch deck, put in a crumb of a volcanic engine, and
Oh
the
my
only 3 traps I play are 3 discard traps, and just grind the game turbo.
okay, bro, if you say so.
Yeah,
It's delicious.
10 out of 10.
Except you can't special summon Freeborn Frog if you have Blaze Accelerator on the field, so that's a tiny problem.
A tiny.
True.
But I think
I'm
that
just
I think the thing with what you're saying, Ludo, with the whole, there's no reason to revisit the format where like there's two best decks, I guess.
No, I mean,
Is it
not
that-
that.
is- Yeah, because I feel like some people do revisit formats just because it's fun and they can play a deck that I want to.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it's not anything
Having
that,
fun,
like,
not allowed.
you can have fun, but you can't, like, it's not fun in the long run if you're not, like, nostalgic about it. But older formats can be fun because they're skill intense.
I
You
think
can
so,
revisit
but I think there are different like reasons for
Exactly.
revisiting. I think that's the thing then. So like for you, maybe it's about it being a fun game to play, like about the sort of interactions and everything and technical play and whatnot. But for other people, it might just be able reliving the glory days, or like, oh, look at these pretty artworks. I like playing this format.
Yeah,
because there's
sure,
pretty
but, like,
artworks.
I also hear a lot of,
You know,
I think the real source is just to play these made-up formats that people have made, like the
Trinity.
no, not Trinity. Trinity's ass. That's a completely different game. The fucking what's it called? Squirrel format. That
What the fuck is
the
that?
Team Cerebros are on. I think it's because I read about this like fucking 2 months ago or something. It's just they made a format where it's just these are the only cards allowed. This is how the deck looks, and you just play mirrors with this deck, and it's a mixture of gold format and like some newer cards thrown in there, and it's supposedly a really skill-intensive mirror match.
yeah, it seems reasonable. Look,
Yeah, and also I saw Format Library last week, I think, hosted a
They have
format
something like
they called a
Chaos
Chaos
or-
something, which was the decks looked really fucking weird, and I have to look into that.
yeah, that's also like a fictitious format or whatever.
I think the best format is just to make like chess with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So you just put them out on a chessboard, and then you start playing chess. I think that's the
move
best
them.
format. Yeah.
Yeah.
think
Oh, yeah,
that-
so because this deck right here, it's like a bunch of nimble monsters, a Jinzo, Abyss Soldier, Murray of Greed. It's
Amazing.
just fucking weird.
It's good stuff all around, basically.
Here, Forged, they called it.
Forged.
Forged, yeah. This deck has a Dogu in it.
Dogu. That's the fucking weird one, right? It looks like a alien. No, it looks
No, it
like
looks
that
like
Pokemon.
It looks like the Digimon. It looks like
Like the
what's his name?
Digimon?
Chukakumon.
Chukakumon.
Do not ask me why I know his name. I just do.
Chukakumon. Oh my god.
This deck has a bunch of evil swarms, a random dinosaur, the performable whip snake.
I think we just need to go back to fucking playground format and just take like any cards from any card game and put them all in the same deck. I think that's when you're winning. When you're staring down a Sekrom with your...
Just play fake cards, honestly. Like, that's the...
Oh yeah, I think...
If you find Dark Rabbi, if you find a copy of Dark Rabbi, just
Yeah.
put it in a sleeve and play it.
Honestly, I think the thing to do is going to like any of these like shitty markets, like going and grabbing these knockoff cards and doing a draft tournament with them. Buying like a bunch of those packs and just doing draft with fake cards. I think that's...
Negate your opponent.
Yeah, exactly. No more big darkly rabbis for you.
Darkly Big Rabbi, that's his name. The fucking guy.
The man, the myth. The
Yeah, no,
legend.
because I think like I personally have overlooked these like fan-made formats for like forever.
Yeah.
But they might actually be really fun, honestly.
Hey, look, yeah, I think they might. I think in some way they get like.
Because I think it's like it should have the feeling of Gold format, but without the Saki parts.
Yeah, I just googled the squirrel format, and they just swap out the like non-interactive cards like Pot of Greed, Graceful, and Delinquent for cards that actually like are more fun.
Yeah, the weird thing about the GOAT format, I like. I mean, cards are sacky, but I feel. I heard, like, from what I experience, what people are annoyed about is more like, oh, it's too slow. T-set isn't fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which is
my only gripe with the Gold format is sometimes you just can't win because your opponent opened all the opportunity cards and you just opened
But I think that's
five
like
flip monsters.
I think that's every format, though.
No,
I don't really-
I think the
I'm
fact
not
that
really
Trinity
bothered by
exists is. I think that's a big problem. I think Goat format would be better without Trinity. That's my hot take of the evening. I think, just the fact
It's
that
better
like,
I think it's
Goat
better
format
with-
would be better without Trinity.
I think
it's
most
better without Pot of Greed. I think Duo and Graceful
Yeah.
Not
I don't
graceful.
think Doom is fine. I think graceful is the most fine of the Trinity cards, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that's a hot take. That's a hot fucking take.
I think.
I think Grid
I
is the
mean,
only problem.
normally Grace will just say net neutral card, but if you have like a Sinister Serpent or Night Assailant, you just go like profit.
Honestly, yeah, I will probably
But, like,
just want to.
thing.
Or T-Dragon, then it's kind of free as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's the thing. I think, but the thing is, I think we can all agree that Pot of Greed is just too strong. I mean, even in that format, it's like that format would be better without Pot of Greed. I feel like because Pot of Greed is just never fun. Like it's only fun if you draw it. That's the only time that you like that Pot of Greed is in the format.
I mean, I think what sets it apart is like you can never misplay with Pot of Greed.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Yeah.
You can like play Duo at the wrong time, and you can play Graceful at the wrong time, but you can't play Greed at the wrong time.
Yeah, there's like the only situation is when you're like starting to deck out. That's the only reason to not play like Pot, and that's arguably not even a real reason. So like Pot is just impossible to misplay with. Absolutely. Yep. I agree. Which is
like
kind of shit.
Yeah, but like from my point of view, the reason I like Edison more than Goat is that like the big game-winning monsters are accessible through the extra deck instead of through the main deck. Like you don't just top deck Stardust Dragon and win the game. You figure out a way to make Stardust Dragon and win the game.
Yeah, you top deck the tuner that you need.
Yeah, well, I guess sure, but like many decks have the capability of like running ways to access these tuners, like the.
Yeah, in a sense, I do agree. I think there's something to be said about having like big monsters in the extra deck.
Yeah. But also many of the really broken cards are not limited in Edison. Like Pot of Avarice is it's fucking cracked, right? But it's at 3, so it's.
But it's way more fair than Greed. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, sure, but like it's like it effectively. It effectively still draws you 2 cards, but it also recycles engine pieces. So.
Yeah, but it requires 5 monsters. You want like your 5.
Yeah, sure.
I think
that's like
no, I won't argue that. I won't argue that Greed isn't more powerful, but like I guess Avarice is like somewhat comparable because it's still like a really powerful spell card, but it's a 3 instead of a 1, so it doesn't feel sacky when they.
I think Avarice is more comparable to Diffusion or something like that.
Maybe sure.
It needs more setup.
Because it requires a little bit more setup.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the problems with Hat, that there are some degenerate cards that you can't really play around. Mainly Maxi.
I don't think Maxi is that problematic. I think that like beyond the 2013 deck, like cards became so powerful and diverse that like you gain an advantage by deck building, and you don't revisit like. I think like no matter like what type of fun you're trying to have, if it's like nostalgia or interaction or like the gameplay, you never revisit a format for deck building.
I think one of the things that I like sort of notice when you look at when combo decks start becoming more and more insane is when extra deck monsters sort of shift from the majority being good monsters that you make and then they have an effect that affect the field rather than just becoming an extender, sort of like a way to go into another card. Because if you look at Edison, the extra
when
there...
they stop being toolbox cards.
Yeah, exactly. And even now, like, I prefer just playing toolboxy decks. Like, I think toolboxy is just more fun than comboy, like, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that's why we don't, like that's why it's retarded to revisit like fucking Lunalight Orcust mirrors. Like, even though you can find it like nostalgic and like cool to play, it's just awful.
Yeah,
but like some formats are worth revisiting as a format, like Dragon Ruler Spellbook format. That like at that point you can like get to Dragon Ruler or to Spellbook decks, and you can play Spellbook Mirrors, Dragon Ruler Mirrors,
but like Ruler
the
versus...
matchup, because those matchups were allegedly fun. I never played at the time, so I would know.
But that's why I would say there's a
Ruler
difference.
Spellbook matchup, like not mirrors, but those decks against each other is just like, oh, look at this. Spellbook player went first, summoned Kaiku and Jaugen and won.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think
that's why you don't. No one ever plays that. No one plays that format. People only play the Dragon Mirror.
Yeah.
No one plays 2013 Nats format. That format's awful. No one plays it. People play Ruler Mirror.
Yeah, but
that's why I think
like, that's still a format, right?
Yeah, but no one plays 2013
but no one plays. No sane person wants to play a Ruler versus Spellbook Mirror, like a matchup. I mean,
because it's a different thing that like playing 2015 Nats format is a different thing than playing 2015 Necrozma Mirrors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what, like
Mirror-
that.
And
That's
then,
like I can.
that Necrozma Mirror isn't even fun because Necrozma Mirrors
Yeah.
were so uninteractive.
Yeah, there
It
is
was
no-
like the same thing for every.
Yeah.
That was when gin was still legal, right?
No, that's not. I don't think that's the case with every event because if you go before, you say Tengu plants and earlier,
Yeah.
decks weren't that insane. Like there were no unwinnable matchups. Like you can play. I mean, if you take GOAT format and assume that people don't pre-side, and you don't play Empty Jar or Library FTK, which no one still plays and no one played then like any two decks can like actually fight and beat each other. But that's not the case after 2013
Yeah,
because
no,
of
I
the
would agree.
pool and card
I would
effect.
agree.
I mean,
would agree with that.
I think I disagree. Like in at least from 2014, 2015 onward, I think that two decks of similar power level, like they can face each other.
But they are in similar power level. There is no comparison between Geargia and Sylvans. There
There
is
is.
The Industrial
Not really.
Revolution can never beat nature. That's all I'm saying.
Like there is no comparison in power level between certain decks. Like
Well, I think.
But I mean,
disagree.
hasn't that always been the case?
no, that's the thing. Like in GOAT format, and like if you have almost everyone plays like some for like either like GOAT control, some chaos build, or like more aggressive warrior or like Zoo decks.
Yeah.
Or like and yeah, that's what people play. Those are the most popular decks, the best decks, and they all have like even though like yeah sure warrior is favorable if like versus certain matchups, but then again like you can still lose.
Yeah, exactly. And
like
different
both
GOAT
for-
decks are just different flavors of that. I guess.
Like,
So
I
Monarch
think-
would be, I guess.
Yeah.
I think in general you're very hard pressed to find like a lot of. I think is something to say about uniqueness in GOAT format, that a lot of it is just taking an existing skeleton and then grafting onto a gimmick onto it. That's usually what a new, like if you talk, I made this new GOAT format deck, you will usually find one of it's either zoo based, it's either chaos based, GOAT control based, or it's warrior based, and then you just like pick your gimmick, fit that onto one of the decks.
Aggro control chaos.
Exactly. So like my Nephthys deck, that's just a GOAT control deck with extra spice. And I think you could sort of subdivide that. But I also think that that's one of the best things with GOAT format. The fact that you can have those stupid fucking gimmicks and still have them work in a fun way. Like you can still sort of get your personal spice if you need
because
to.
because they're not super far off the standard.
Exactly.
It's
That's
every
what's
single
enjoyable.
format before cards became super obnoxious, and I guess formats before named archetypes became as prevalent.
Yeah.
Because in hat format, that's a bit of a problem for me. Like all of the decks is insert archetype and trap cards, or insert archetype and spell cards,
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
that's
insert
it.
archetype and generic support. That
I think hat mirrors are
Except
like probably
the
super insane, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't
What's it
want to
called?
play anything else.
the Death Frog OTK deck. That's
but that's just a gimmick.
it's still just frogs.
It's
Gimmicks are best.
because we looked it up now since Ole got everyone hyped on hat format, and I was like, maybe I'll buy a deck if I find a really cheap one. And so I checked decks that topped, and some guy topped with Death Frog OTK, which is just like you stall them with the needle sealing torrential and dupe frogs, and then you
make the
and
big
you special
dupe.
summon Ronin Toad in, slam what's his face
D3S frog.
No, Inferno Reckless summon. You summon all the guys, the Death Frog from anywhere, and then you make rank 5s and kill them.
Ooh, yes.
Also
but
using
it's
their
also-
Death Croaking board wipe card as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing with the GOAT with hat format at least, though, that they say that it's the most diverse of the old school formats. The fact that you can sort of build like
it's
any
diverse because it was never solved.
deck. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
people were so much worse at Yu-Gi-Oh in 2014 than they were now. That's because how many people played Sylvans at Nats in America that year? Patrick Hoban and I think one other guy played Sylvans.
Yeah.
And
They-
Sylvans is arguably the best deck in that format.
Same with
Yeah.
Infernity. Almost no
Yeah.
one played it at Nats.
I don't
Yeah,
think
because like I tried playing Infernities online like Xyz Infernities, and that deck just gives me a fucking migraine. I have no clue what to do.
But
Just
isn't
click every single button, and then you end up with 5 rank 4s.
Isn't the thing that you could argue the same thing about Edison though, right? With the same with Hut. That the only reason that it's diverse is because people didn't really know how to fucking play the format.
Sure, but most decks are still comparable in power level. Like the only outliers, like Dragon Turbo.
Yeah,
But
because,
you can still play
exactly.
like
Because right now, Edison tournaments are still being hosted, and new decks kind of are being like theory crafted. Like the Vayu Turbo deck would never be played at the time, but like because if someone entered YCS Shonen Jump Championship Edison with the Vayu Turbo, they would just 2-0 every single matchup. That deck's so fucking insane.
Alright. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like or just like a good Lightsworn build, or a good like any build, like.
Yeah.
But that's why the format is interesting, because it like the format is like, even though every new deck is discovered, is like they're basically still roughly the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Like even though there's like 5 new decks, like the new Blackwing deck, then maybe not the Frog deck, but like the new Blackwing deck, the new Lightsworn deck, the new Bio deck, the new like Water Hero deck,
the
like,
hero, the hero deck, the fish,
all those
the
are
fish
still
deck
like
is fine.
comparable. Yeah.
The fish deck.
Yeah.
Love fishes.
Pop fish.
So good. Tastes yummy.
Yeah, the fairy decks are kind of insane as well, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah. Alright, so I think we're nearing the end here. Does anyone have any final words of wisdom? To end?
Ludwig opinion hat is wrong. Ja.
Okay.
Normal Yamato effect.
And remember, if we don't get 25 signatures on the petition, then it's Ole's head off instead of me building a hat deck. So, next week, if Ole doesn't show up on the podcast, then you know what the issue is. Alright, well, thank you for this week. We will be back next time. Peace.
Adios.